What's going on, everyone? Elite Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be recapping the New York Giants Week 5 loss to the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. They lost by a score of 44-20 in a game where they didn't just lose the football game. They lost much more. As the Giants moved to 1-4, this game was just tough. We lost our quarterback. We lost our running back. We didn't have our left tackle. We lost our wide receiver one. There was just so many injuries in this game. And there was no way the Giants would go along and come back in this football game after losing the players they lost. Hopefully Barkley and Jones are okay. News came out on Saquon that he's going to be week to week, and because he's a quick recovery kind of guy, his hope is just to miss week 6 against the Rams. I think he's going to miss 2 weeks, if I had to guess, maybe 3. Saquon's injury did not look good. Jones, the update on him is he's in good spirits, so that's good, and there's always a chance he could play against the Rams, but the Giants' season has been very, very tough. They've been battling injuries. They've been battling a defense that has let them down. They've just been battling so much, and it's so difficult when you set your expectations so high, and your team doesn't live up to them. It's so difficult. But in this game, there was not much to take from it other than Kadarius Toney. He is terrific. This guy is a real good receiver, and right now, if he continues to play this way, now I'm not saying 200 yards, but if he continues to be the explosive guy he is, bringing Odell Beckham vibes, this was a well-used first-round pick, and you could view it as you got an extra first-round pick by drafting him instead of someone you could have got at the 11th pick. But, Kadarius Toney is a very good receiver. He looks to be right now, and that is a very good sign if you're a New York Giants fan that, the Giants, they landed with this Kadarius Toney pick at number 20 overall in this year's past draft. Toney had 189 yards on 10 receptions. He had a rush for 7 yards, so a total of 196 yards from scrimmage. So that's pretty remarkable. He was just so explosive, and it's really, really good to see that. So Kadarius Toney hopefully is able to continue to play this way. I'm gonna have a video. I'm not sure when, but maybe today, maybe tomorrow on, the New York Giants' long-term future and what I think the plans are and should be. It's just so difficult when, you have the pieces and they just can't stay on the field. But that was that. Mike Lennon is not a good quarterback. I think we saw that today. He threw yesterday he threw 2 brutal interceptions. One was a pick 6. The other was to Trayvon Diggs, who could have guessed that. Devontae Booker, he's not a very good running back. The guy could not run for anything. And then I don't really blame the referees for much, but they were just pathetic in this game. On a 4th and goal play, Kadarius Toney, the guy was taking a nap on him, and there was no pass interference. That would have been a touchdown. Instead, they didn't call. They didn't throw a flag, and the Giants turned the ball over. There were a few plays where Dallas got a pass interference call that was brutal. Azeez Ojulari got called for a roughing the passer that I thought was a weak call. Quarterback always gets the benefit of the doubt, but that one was soft. The refs in this game were just brutal. Where Jones got hurt, that was a helmet to helmet. He drove his helmet right through Daniel Jones' helmet. So, that's not the reason the Giants lost. They were outmanned, and they were just simply not the better team. had the Giants had, their team healthy, would they have won? Maybe, we don't know. Still 10-10 even when the Giants were without Barkley, without Jones. So it is what it is, and the Giants are going to have to, look at the positives and move along. Hopefully this is not a wasted season again. I hate to use that phrase, wasted season, but the Giants are going down the path that no one really thought they would be going down, and their schedule just gets so tough. But you never know. This team could come back and win a bunch of games, and in this NFC's division, you never know what's going to happen. But, like I said, I'm going to get more in depth with the season in the future in that long-term future video. One more thing to touch on with the offense before I jump into the defense. Kadarius Toney, he let his emotions get to him, and he landed a punch. He kind of missed. He got the side of his fist kind of got the target. He was just thrown to the floor and then, got up pissed off, and, Ingram was already pushing around and there was lots of shoving, and then Toney got up and threw a punch. It's as bad as it is to say, I don't mind the, frustration and the, kind of the grit that he has. I think he brings, he really, really reminds me, and a lot of Giants fans, of Odell Beckham. His elusiveness, his explosiveness, his, ability to catch and run, and his anger seems to be, in his his off the field character issues, seems to be exactly like Odell Beckham. And if Kadarius Toney turns out to be Odell Beckham, I think the Giants drafted a pretty good player. But that's that on Toney. Joe Judge was not happy at all. He got ejected from the game. He's going to get fined. But, at the end of the day, tempers flared. Dallas Cowboys were just being flat out stupid. They were being punks. That's what a team does, especially when it's a division game and they're up by so much. They just, they try and get to you. And, the Cowboys, they were just no-namers that were just getting picky. And, it is what it is. Toney shouldn't have done that. But I don't mind the, him being aggressive and his frustration. But Joe Judge is not going to tolerate that. As for the Giants' defense, what could you expect? They were on the field just so much. They could not stop the running game. The Giants' offense couldn't stay on the field. Mike Glennon threw a pick six, so really the defense gave up 37 points. He also threw a brutal interception to Trayvon Diggs that led to another Cowboy touchdown. So, the defense were just always on the field. They, Reggie Ragland recovered a fumble in the red zone. That saved us points on the missed snap by Dak. A good interception by Lorenzo Carter, terrific one on the first drive of the game. A half a sack for Danny Shelton, half a sack for Leo Williams, a full sack for Austin Johnson. They actually got really good pressure. They just couldn't tackle Dak. Julian Love, there were a couple plays where, we had Dak on one knee pretty much, and he was able to get the ball out. But good pressure from the defensive line in this game. The New York Giants secondary is the problem, and it's something that, we overrated it. There's no question about it. Adoree Jackson has not lived up to the contract, nowhere near it. Logan Ryan has not been very good. James Bradbury got beat for a touchdown. Julian Love looked just lost out there. Xavier McKinney's just, whatever. They look deflated. And really, it was a deflating game with all the injuries the Giants had. It was, Jones almost fell to the face first into the ground. It's tough to continue a game like that. Gonna kind of look and flashback to my Toronto Maple Leafs when John Tavares had that scary injury in Game 1 of the first round. It was similar to that. Unfortunate. But the defense has just not been good. Whether it's Patrick Graham's bad scheming, whatever it may be, the defense just has not lived up to the hype, and that's the real reason why the Giants haven't been winning. They cannot get stops. They gave up another touchdown inside 2 minutes. They've done it every single game this season. I talk about it in every post-game video that's got to stop, and it just hasn't stopped. Don't get me wrong, Dallas has one of the best offenses in the league, so you kind of knew the Giants were going to give up a lot of points. It's just tough. But the Giants, hopefully there's better days ahead. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. That's all I got. Please remember to comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video. Just a tough one for the Giants. Hopefully Barkley, Galladay, and Jones are, doing okay and are able to get on the field as soon as possible. But that's all I got in this video, guys. Please leave a like on the video, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Let's stay positive, Giants fans. Let's go, Giants.